Hi YouTube. The issue today is we're replacing two fluorescent fixtures. They're very old. They're like from 1975. Although fluorescent's a nice efficient fixture, the plastic covers have broken because they become brittle with age. The manufacturer doesn't make the covers anymore, so we can't order them. So you could see this one has no cover. So we really, to make this look nice, we have to replace both fixtures. Juice to the lights before you work on them. You could do it with the switch, or you can do it. Tools that make the job easy is 6-inch spackle, knife, whatever they call it, a spackle tray. So we're going to replace both fixtures, but the issue is there's going to be a paint line around the old fixtures because this kitchen's been painted a few times since the fixtures went up, and no longer able to buy the same exact size fixture. There's going to be a paint line showing. So we're going to take these two fixtures down. We're going to put up temporary light fixtures. We're going to spackle the ceiling. Another day we're going to come back, sand, prime, and paint the ceiling. Then we're going to replace the two fixtures. Now this is exactly what I was talking about. Here's the paint line, and the old paint is cracked, and a definite paint line around there. We're going to spackle this, we're going to scrape it, and we're going to spackle this. And it's going to quickly for the second fixture. Remove the cover, remove the bulbs, again we don't want to work on any light fixtures when the bulbs are in them. You're just looking for trouble. It's a lot easier just to take them out and then you can squeeze and remove. Our wires, again the power's off, so we can just get in here to these wires. And here's our supply. Again, you got a white one and a dark one. And we're just going to cut them at the wire nuts. 1, 2, this center nut in the light box, and we just want to loosen it up with the needle nose, and then we can get in here with our fingers. The bladed screwdriver. And you can see the whole fixture's getting loose. Okay, there's one. We got one more, and we're going to want to support it because when this screw is out, it's going to fall. So I got my arm holding it up. Here we go. And there's number 2. 8 20-watt fluorescent bulbs. They're used. They're not good for anything, if you ask me, because they're used and they're questionable. So we're going to dispose of these. So we're going to get in here. We're going to scrape this. We're going to spackle the cracks. We're going to let it dry. We're going to come back, sand, prime, paint, and install a new. So the plan is, well, what we found was a big crack in the drywall. This is actually a big crack right here. Put you in a close-up on that. My plan is to use some of these available plaster washers, they call them, and these 1.5-inch drywall screws through the sheetrock, through the drywall into the stud, the ceiling joist up there. And the reason I'm using such a long screw is because there may indeed be a gap behind the sheetrock as it is collapsed down. That we're going to want to get into that joist to be able to pull the sheetrock up. Where my joists are already, because I can see the screw marks if you look carefully in the old drywall. So I'm going to take a look at this. I have a joist here, and I have a joist. We'll mark them out for you guys. I got a joist here. It runs this way. I got a joist here, runs this way. I got one over here. And they continue out. And remember, the ceiling fixture I plan to use is like round, so I don't really have to worry to make it look perfect near the box, but I definitely want to support this. I don't want this crack getting bigger. I don't want it showing. Due to the condition of certain parts of this old sheetrock up here, we're going to seal it with an oil-based primer. And because I don't have enough in the can to use a roller, because the roller soaks up here, I'm going to use this disposable brush. The reason I'm priming it is because we have a lot of layers that are going to come on here. We're going to make a lamination. Our first coat of spackle, which we're going to use plaster of Paris, because it dries fast and hard. Second coat drywall compound, then that's going to get sanded and primed and painted, so we're going to have a multi-layer effect here. I want to make sure the first coat sticks good. So I'm going to prime with this oil-based primer. This area, I'll put this all. Mix the plaster of Paris up quick with water to peanut butter like consistency. The thing is, we don't want no lumps. And we're going to put on our first coat. We want this coat thin. We don't want it sand. We just want to get our first coat on these defects. And watch the technique. Let's work it in. And I scrape it down. Because this stuff shrinks as it dries. It requires multiple coats, as many as you know. You put coated drywall compound, commercially available in the bucket, and you have to wait for it to dry overnight. Put the second coat because it shrinks, and then even a third coat. But by using the plaster of Paris or another fast drying type of drywall compound, you can give it 2 coats in a day, and then the next step would just be sand and paint, so you eliminate a lot of drying time by using the plaster of Paris. But you can't sand, so you got to put it on thin, or you're going to be in trouble. It's been about 10 minutes since we put our first coat of plaster of Paris up. Just dry enough to work with. Put our second coat. Now again, I said no sanding, but we're going to want to rub your blade over it to knock down any nibs so it doesn't jump when it's loaded with compound on the second coat and leave a lump. So you just want to lightly rub down the second and hopefully final coat, commercially available drywall compound pre-mixed in the bucket. Keep your knife clean, put it on as thin as you can. Any extra you're going to have to sand it off later anyway. Keeping in mind that it shrinks when it dries. But don't put a lot on because you just got to take it off later. There's those plaster washes, that line of plaster washes that we put in. And as you can see, it's disappearing already after I sand this. When it dries and we sand it, it's going to look great. And there's your line of plaster washes, invisible. Fuck, I got it all over my arm. Hate that. Such an idiot. Look, I got it on my fucking sleeve. Look. Let's try to be a little fucking neater. And there we have it. Temporary lighting installed, ceiling repair, drying.